literally the foundation of everything that was wrong with like me when I was getting ready to take that leap. And it is that you have to start at a level that is typically someone who is 5 years in or 10 years in, and you got to have all of those things right at the beginning. Start small, start where you are with what you have, and start right now. The best possible advice I could ever give to some small business owner is like, it's never going to be perfect on day one. You're never going to have a corner office in New York City with a mahogany desk. That's not what year one in business looks like. And the sooner you realize that every person who is like living that dream life of where you want to be started at their dining room table or started by bootstrapping or had like really shitty days, the faster you realize that they're just further ahead of you, the faster you're willing to get started and be okay with starting small. It's so unbelievably painful to watch all of these people feel like they've got to build this fancy office and they got to borrow $10 million and they got to have all these things and they're not ready. And the answer is you are ready. You're never going to be more ready. And the only way you're going to get better is by starting.
Yeah, what did year one look like for you? And is there anything that you would have changed about it if you could right now?
No, the only thing I would have changed about year one for me is it would have been like year negative like 3 or something, right? I wish I would have started earlier. I think in an earlier version we talked about like I spent 18 months or something crazy like that, like building up the courage to even just go fill out a DBA. And I think about all of the time where I'm going to be 18 months from now, and imagine what would have happened if I would have had that 18-month head start. So, year one for me, I was sitting at my dining room table. I didn't have an office. I had a shitty car. I didn't have nice clothes. I didn't have fancy business cards. I honest to God, I didn't have any idea what I was doing. I was scared shitless. But if you were to go back and talk to any client that I had back in 2014, they would tell you that like I worked so much harder for every single dollar than any reasonable person would have been willing to work. It was insane. I was doing logos for pennies on the dollar. I was making like, $2 an hour or something by the time you figured out my time. There were times where I lost money because I would go print out the logos on nice paper to take them to the client. And by the time the client paid me, I would have made less money than they actually paid me because I spent so much time printing. Because I was terrified that they were going to go like, oh, you're not a real marketing company.